this map. I theorized that, you know, we
Talon
expected
on
Premi to
attack.
go on towards Duelist. We knew
Team
that Killua
Secret
is
on
valuable
defense.
to go towards back towards a Duelist
And
as
this
well.
is where the
I
Talon
personally would like to
comp
see his Gecko.
normally
Fantastic.
thrives.
But regardless, we are quick in towards this one, so not a lot of time to do some pre-show things.
Gecko, speaking of lizards, but still, I mean, right now, just kind of flashing in, trying to get some information or perhaps control over Garage. They do get crashed back out though, and that's when Jesse
Yeah, Team
Bash
Secret
sets
are
up the drone.
non-stop
So
re-clearing
more
Garage.
information as Team Secret looks to refill that space around Garage.
Yeah, but what are they going to do?
I feel
with it at
like
the
Team
moment?
Secret
Dodging out
didn't.
the aftershock,
Sorry,
you're
I
getting
feel
a
like
little
Talon
bit of a
didn't get
spot
too
from
much for their
Jitway's over
util.
towards C
The only
as
real
well.
big
And
util they
then
have
you just
left
call for
is
Talon. Let's
the
go towards A. We've
the
seen a couple
ISO
of members
shield.
towards C and B. We expect maybe that there's going to be a Cypher set up here. I mean, we didn't see too far into C itself, but the rotation here from Team Secret already.
Yeah, everything all being red.
3-person.
It's a map that both teams are
Maybe even 4-person flood.
I do expect this coming out from Team Secret. Jesse Vash, the Unk, starting things off. 2 kills already to his
Very,
name.
very nice from
Even
Team
with the
Secret.
frenzy, not
This
quite
was a nice
enough.
pistol from
That's
them,
gonna
really.
just Jitway's
I
now
didn't like the
alone
pistol from
B,
Talon.
spotted
There
out
was
by
so much
2G
util that it got nothing.
already. So at this point, just trying to fight his way out of this one, but he does
And then
have
it's like
to
they gave up
anticipate
a
where
garage
his
control and
opponents
just hit
could be.
A.
It's 20 seconds.
When it was like relatively
not a lot of
obvious.
time, no way you win the round, no way you walk into a link even. You have to watch out the back first, and there
nice
he
shot.
does.
Well, I
At least
mean, you are
close to Elt.
Yeah, you are playing a Cypher. It did get nerfed recently, so it's no longer the 6-point ultimate. So you want to take something away. You're getting 3 ults on the end of that one. I mean, you'll take it when the round
This was
is
nice.
almost unachievable. But for Team Secret,
3-2
2
every
rounds
pistol
in the
so
last
far.
map, Quack.
It's
Not the
been
pistol
well,
either,
every map
mind
so far
you.
has been like a
So
2-0
the
for
fact that they gather
pistols, so
that
we'll
here,
see.
Not shaken.
Yes, it's something that definitely
Jesse
helps them
did
out, helps
incredibly
them out a
well,
lot,
to be
starting
honest.
things out on this final map of the series.
Yeah, so it's interesting, this composition that comes out from Team Secret as well, because generally, right, you're seeing an Omen in place of the Astra, and then if you're substituting out the Teho, it's the Sova, and that's like kind of one of the compositions that is very common.
Ooh, they go for the Force
as well, so we're seeing a lot of those changes come through, but we
They go for the Force, and honestly, this buy isn't much better. It's like this is pretty even.
It is interesting. We'll see how
Got a
they
Bulldog
continue to
that's
play
better
before
than
now.
the Stingers,
Just
but
controlling the map in
got
this
a Marshall.
fashion, it works pretty darn well,
And
especially
they get a free sight here.
off of Premi's shield being popped.
Yeah, and this is really quick.
Can
from
Envy
Talon
get
as well
anything
in
from
towards
his
the
kill
C side,
trip?
where you actually have a change up from Envy. The Cypher utility
wow.
is over here, but focus on those first 2 kills for a moment as we look to establish a spike.
Yeah, quick enough, and that's the trip's already gone
Oh.
as well. But Jeremy looking
Whoa.
to slide back into action.
And that
2
was
kills,
fast, though.
Cruz for the trade. The spike not yet planted. Has to kind of re-clear or
I like that
secure
from
the
Team
site a
Secret. They
little
didn't
bit
give him a
further
chance to
before the
plant. They
spike
just
gets
straight up
planted. So
just
he's
slide
calling
in
mid-round
early.
to potentially
They
maybe
realized they pretty much had
pick up a
4
weapon
people
or two.
here, or like 3
There
people
was
here.
timing there for them to peek on out, but Wild Oreo was watching for them. You can see
This is
Jesse
great.
Bash
This is
trying
great
to slip towards.
proactivity
Have they
from them
gone
as well.
towards A?
Just clear through
Reposition
middle.
For them. They're not expecting a
Ooh.
wraparound garage. This is not something that was there, but a stinger. Not
They
the
spot
gun
them
that you
both
want
at
for a
least.
fight like
Good
that.
damage, good
quick
stun.
reactions. But yes, a little bit tough shot for 2G to hit for sure. Still, though, nonetheless, it's information enough for Team Secret to confirm it. This is where Talon are.
Guys,
While they hang back over onto B, though, an unsuspecting 2G gets tagged up. Down to just Wild Oreo and Jesse Bash now.
dude
and
had to
a
hold strong there
security
instead of trying to run
Cruz
away.
Just finding the numbers right now. Down to just Jesse Bash, and he tries to
Ooh,
spray it down.
32
Cruz
HP.
might
The
have
Force
fallen,
buy
but Thigh
pays
is
off.
here to
Man,
pick
that
it
was
right
close.
back up.
They had
A
such a
round
good
found
chance
back.
here, but
Yeah,
when they
Team
pushed
Secret,
through
the
The
garage,
fact that Cruz
they
gets
kind of need
tagged
to
by the
organize
Stinger
it a
and
little
Garage
bit
down to
better.
31 HP. They don't finish him off, and then he gets 2 kills almost convincingly with that Stinger. This gun has been buffed, and it should be nerfed because it shouldn't do this.
I mean, I was really wondering about the mid-round decision from Cruz to keep themselves tucked inside a garage window, but
Yeah.
it does all kind of work out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 2 versus 3 conversion. More importantly, that's a round where you drop the pistol and you convert the secondary round as well from a quick C play. You pivot around the map and you have to act accordingly. You have to have a good decision making. And you don't have to do it in English either. You do it in your native language. It's quick.
Oh, yeah. That's always,
dude, that's a big. If the cage doesn't make a sound there, he gets 2 kills probably.
Next round, it's just down to A Long, and Kilo is able to fight back, especially with long-range weaponry. A lot more armor-piercing rounds as well. Team Secret tried to, play point-blank range with some shotties, but it's not quite working out the way that they wanted it to. So on with a drone, further
No
information
way,
gathered,
dude. I
as
thought he was
well
going to
as
get
around
more.
C.
8 HP and 40 HP. It was close to getting like a double there at the end.
With the Outlaw, now with the Euro theft as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to hold all 4
I mean,
weapons
they got it.
towards
Their
the next
money's
round, you can kind
their
of
money's
understand that as well
low,
as
and
turning
there's
it
two
to
of them that are
100%
low.
from here. But the immediate rotation to this A side as well is quite the interesting one, not going to lie. There's going to be an early duel, a hunt of these pistols.
Yeah, but a good anticipation coming out from Killa nonetheless.
Okay, very nice. And
I
they
mean,
don't get a
yes,
plant,
we might
but
have used the
they
Euro
managed to
theft.
keep
We saw
4
the
guns.
focus into C. Hunts that push into A, but because of that, Killa is able to...
I mean, it is the pistols at the end of the day, so, I mean, I would even choose, let's just go and hunt them, right? If we're doing it as numbers, let's just not go for the plant, let's get the ulti orbs and kill them.
Regardless of what it is, just still a really sound round coming up from
Do I think Stinger should be
especially
nerfed?
with
Yeah,
the
for sure.
early push around A lobby. I think that's the one that really cemented it in.
And now
Just
we
a
need to
little
see
bit
an
too
answer
good.
From Team Secret, right? It's going to be this
If you watch someone
delayed
that's
bonus
like
round since they
legit
dropped
on
that
Stingers,
secondary
they're just
round.
incredible.
Jib Boys, the Outlaw is going to have a little bit of potency against a couple of these members with the light shields, or namely just the one in 2GE. But playing on the Astra, he doesn't have to be there ready for the fights. He can rely on a bit of that autonomy.
Enough to increase the price? Yeah, but that on its own is enough.
Does have a bit more vision into B if needed. So you can see why he is playing around that pivot position. Meanwhile, though, for Team Secret, back in the garage.
Yeah, it's a full reclear from them as well, and then you're sending back towards drone to C. So ending towards the Alpha site here, you're going in towards the Cypher traps as well, and you've already got that rotation from 2GE. Smoke already.
Barrier being sent through, but yeah, the trip unfortunately still being caught out, so it's enough.
Okay, they spot the Euro over towards middle though.
That Talon has to back off.
And there's no one at the C
I
site
think he
at the
knows that
moment.
he
The
TP'd
quickest
back in.
rotation that you've got is Jeremy putting on them Nikes and getting over there. And I mean, Dai is technically going to meet with him if they go for the line, but there's a bit of complacency.
Looks like Talon are really
from Team Secret.
indecisive on this
If they're not
round.
decisive in where they actually want to rotate
Crazy
towards and
indecisive.
they peel away from the A side, they could let Talon in, who they themselves a little bit hesitant. It feels like 30 seconds to go.
It looks like they picked the right side though.
Decision to go
Them being
towards
indecisive and taking
where
so long,
2GE
so long even, has kind of worked out.
Yes, cutting and masking noise. 2GE a little bit vulnerable, but still ready to strike
bullets?
back. Look at this.
I was gonna say, imagine he gets another one there. 2G did incredible work.
The trade though, but is it gonna be enough to secure the site? The cam does spot him out, and Envy is in a pretty good spot to possibly fire and launch a retake right back. The fault line stunning them up as well. Down to just Thigh now, and he kind of gets himself back in towards a safer spot.
Very,
but still,
very nice from
nonetheless,
Team
not
Secret.
quite able to fend off
They only lost one gun.
incoming retake. Team Secret
And they got
takes
that
one
Astra
back.
ult.
Yeah, 2GE when he doesn't have any abilities
I wonder
available.
if Talon
right?
is
He's
going to
just gonna
do
lay it down and shoot
the
with
classic
weapon. You can't fault
Sova
him for
ult
that
for
one
C.
there, taking away 2 kills as well, providing enough for the rest of the team to fall back a little bit, go in for a pretty successful retake. So you are happy with that for Team Secret in the grand scheme of things, and also that it is their technical first proper gun round, right? You want to see good strengths, you want to see good plays, and just not any second guessing. You got to go together with the team, which is something that we're kind of missing over on Fracture.
Yeah, definitely learning from that right now. The confidence slowly flowing through
Looks
their
like
veins
a-
once more,
looks like a
especially
C
with the way
split.
that they're re-clearing
And they got a
of
judge
space
in
now.
garage.
I mean, I'll say
Can
Talon
they
likes to get a little
spam?
bit
Can
of these
Envy
early stages
spam
over
down
towards Garage
the
too, sending in
ISO
the fake out, for example. So now
shields
that we've got a bit of a change
before
up with
the
the judge
judge?
here, and Envy as well to assist, it is very cheeky.
Well,
Yeah, definitely going for that challenge is
so
going to
dead.
be tough, but hey, Hunter's Fury will be sent through just to re-clear a bit more of that space. So even though Jesse Vash is on the other end with the Tejo, we
Nuts
do have
from
some
Jeremy.
lovely Hunter's
Locks
Fury
him
so
in.
far in the server.
And neural theft goes out from Envy, however, so that's an opportunity for Jeremy to get a pretty quick flank where they know that they are still going in towards this site. Gorgeous kill trip from Envy, and a second as well.
he did
And
great.
further on
though.
into Garage possibly until Thigh denies that possibility. That said, though,
Contact
we still have
into
that
swing.
flank, as you mentioned,
Should be
Komodo.
trades no
Jesse
matter
Vash
what.
holding out
Yeah,
the
there's nice little
exits as
setup from
well.
Team
The only
Secret.
option that had for Talon to go
Envy
through was
did
to possibly
incredible.
back into
I
C-Link and then
like
somewhere
this
else,
push
but
from
at that
Jeremy
point, you
as well.
still have
Maybe
to fight your
it
way
was a little
And
balls.
technically,
To
Jeremy's
be honest, it
flank
was a
not
little
even
bit
noted,
risky,
right?
but
So
it
he's
really
gonna be
paid
able
off.
to use that a little bit
And
later on
the
in
good
these
news
rounds
is
as
that
well. Real good
Talon
holds to
didn't
come out
know
from
about
Team
it, so
Secret
he
around
could do it
Garage, where the
again.
trades do come out, but then in towards the site. You want to see your Sentinels lock down a site. And
Have I
that's
ever
what
thought about
Envy
dyeing
just
my hair?
showcases there.
Nah, I don't
So
care enough,
good
man.
faith, good value,
Dye my hair?
good team dynamic there from
What do you
Team
want to see?
Secret.
Yeah, especially with the way that they're able to control
Skis
Garage
Val
so
with
many
the prime,
times in a row
thank you,
now,
thank
especially
you.
with these plays, teams, Talon
Purple?
actually
Okay.
needing to find an answer
see.
to this.
Yeah, and if you want to go back in towards Garage and for a C split, you're going in towards 3 members now. Though you count the breach.
Oh
you
my
count
god, that's
the
so
neon,
much
You're
util.
still sending it.
It's like he had to
And
choose
send it
which
they
way
will.
he was gonna die here.
Sent as well as Jesse Vash
Dude,
continues to spray
Jesse managed to get a
as one
kill
player
with
tries to walk his way out of
salvos.
Garage.
He
What a
headshot someone
read.
that came
Yeah.
up through Garage,
Truly
and he got an
answering,
ult
Victoria's
kill.
calls back on the desk there. So still now 2 players left on the side of Talent. What are their options?
Not too much, you would think, in a round
Damn,
such
the
as
util here
this
was
one.
nice
It's a
from
little
Secret,
halfway
though.
with the Stingers, so the fact that you did bait out the Armageddon in this one, you're kind of okay with, in the
Is he
expectation that
pink?
you might not win this one.
Neon pink.
Spotting on out, seeing what the Stingers can do. Maybe Jit Boys is going to be good at 4-1 on the tail end of this one.
Just gonna have to walk around and possibly find more towards that neural theft once again. But look at the distancing between some of the
Very
Team
nice.
Secret players.
Money's getting good.
Definitely
Money
anticipating
is
how
getting
it might
good.
work
This
around this Stinger.
the
So
util
there it
here
is,
was
4-2, 4 rounds for Team Secret.
Very
That's all they
nice.
got against RRQ when they were deleted
Salvos.
from kickoff.
Salvos
So far we're
deep
there.
with the
I'm
breach
expecting
damage.
with the way that they are playing at the moment, though, for them to get more.
Damn, that was actually a perfect
Definitely
ult.
something
Couldn't
that
even hide in the
all
corner of
fans
Garage
would
there.
love to see. I think I did notice NDG, you know, one of the old Team Secret players.
I have
at
no
their
idea,
watch party as
Lexi.
well, so that's
Never
kinda
even
lovely.
considered
Shout out
doing
to
it.
NDG.
Very nice.
That said, yes, next round coming up. And Team Secret are switching up their positioning a little bit as well, alongside Talent 2, who are starting things off with early A presence.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, reposition from Thigh.
Oh.
Kind of noted. I was waiting a little bit to see when Killer was
Yeah,
going
he
to
actually
activate
ended
the
up getting
dimensional
free
drift
info
as
from
well.
it.
It's something that, you know, you
Everyone
just love
joins
to
over
see.
towards
Scout out the whole
Garage.
C site, get a little bit further before you gate crash back.
Like,
your team
flip
can
the
set
map.
up a plant, and then you get a great post plant here.
We'll see how great it actually will be, though. It feels as though
Oh,
it was
I saw
quickly
just
read
missed
by
everyone.
Team Secret as well, but look at that. Primi trying to steal one player away in towards the kill contract. Does find the frag as well against Jeremy, and down onto it's the next. It's Envy who finds another one.
Oh, this guy's incredible,
3 to
man.
his name. And off
Yeah,
towards
Envy's
Talent,
actually
just trying to
incredible.
hold down the back of sight. They're being surrounded. Jit Boys needing to watch all over the place,
he's
but
so good.
unfortunately, he's only got 2
It's
sets by,
wild.
so that's going to be Team Secret being able to retake the site once
He's
again.
so good.
And again, it's Envy, making sure that there's a couple of kills in that, just really planting his
Dr.
feet and
Kickbot
getting
with the
them.
Prime,
Wild
thank you
Oreo,
for the
Jesse
9 months.
Vash
Thank you,
getting
thank
involved
you.
at the end there where required with utility and
Yeah,
kills.
maybe.
And it's another successful retake
Denton
coming
as
out
well,
from
thank
Team
you for the
Secret.
9
You know, a
months
lot of the
also.
value from this composition that
if
you're
Apex
expecting
win
to come
with
through
him,
from
then yeah.
Talon, when you've got these ultimates, the dimensional drift, the kill contract as well, you know, you're trying to find information, you're trying to pull someone into the gulag, win that one while the plant goes down, and force your opponents to really utilize that util to get back in.
The glaze
towards the
goes
retake
crazy.
and
Oh
make
yeah,
it
I forgot
uncomfortable
like
for the
Zoomers
team
are
like Team
scared of
Secret again. But
just
Talon
praising
not
or
able to do
complimenting
that,
people.
So towards round
Forgot
number 8
about
here,
that.
lots of light shields. You're playing on the back of really no economy. If you drop this one, you go into an eco. You're losing away the half.
It certainly cannot feel too good for their team comms right now. I mean, that was a round where everything was set up for them, but still somehow in the execution of things, it all started to fall apart, especially when Team Secret comes in on the retake.
Very
now
nice.
refilling space towards A. They are still
Seems
able
to make
reclaim it all.
way more
That's just
sense
an
re-clearing
individual
A
pick
like
from
this,
Jeremy,
right?
catching
Drone that
Jit Boys
goes
by
all the way
himself.
around that
No
can clear this
trade
corner,
value able,
instead of a
now
drone
Jeremy's
that
just
goes
gonna
all the way
play
here but
in
can't clear all
towards
the short.
information
That's
game.
a
He's
way
got
better
his
way of
opening
doing
kill,
it.
Spots out a Sova drone. He doesn't
Teams
need
will still
to
that.
overstay his welcome here, and he can call for his team. A minute to go, start to reposition around the A site, or if you want, go for another retake. They've been pretty good. You've got a Cosmic Divide. You got Neural Theft to play on the back of a kill that you get as well. And I mean, if Jeremy wants to, he can even lightning fingers and zip around.
Possibly right now, especially with the fault line at hand. He does.
Damn, they're
slide
proactive
in
as
a
well.
bit of a zip.
Stun
Not
over.
too
Oh,
much
you're dead.
around, but still, nonetheless, a good kill to secure a strong position into possibly another retake. Still though, Killua trying to fight back, but not quite enough as Cruz.
Damn, look at him
is
go,
kinda
bro.
separated
Fair play,
from
Team
his
Secret
teammate
looking
back
really, really
there.
nice.
Team Secret
Looking really nice.
Jeremy opening it
This
and
whole
closing it. A bit of a
going
heater around that
proactive when you
side
don't
there
hit
for
sound
sure.
for a little bit
I
and
love
getting
the
info over
mid-call
towards
from him
short is
as well,
awesome.
right? When he goes
Also,
for
just
the
the
reposition
drone
down towards
pathing
Surus, asks
through
for
short is
the
so much
fault
better
line, gets
than
the
what
kill,
every other
and
team
then just
does.
focus on
He
towards the
clears
site,
short and
not
long.
over-peaking as well, just making sure that his teammates are there where they need to. He's not getting too hungry. Sometimes that is the plague for some duelists, that we see them get a little bit too invested in going for those kills, those crosshairs to line them up. But he's in towards this one now. 4K getting up there.
That is definitely the Jeremy that we do want to see more of as well. As previously mentioned in January, but right now,
Yeah, you already got your ult, my guy, but
Talon.
just trying to take it away from them.
Not much found, not much success so far. They've tried a lot of early presence plays. They've tried with bits of red herrings with some ultimates as well, but right now, just back to what's faithful. In towards Garage, looking to launch a bit of some slight C-splits. Nothing found though. Reactions not quite baited out from Team Secret either.
Oh, I do like Team Secret really changing a lot of these trips, so as well. Just while we've got.
Do they
the
expect that they've walked into
the
garage?
C site, right? The expectation that Killer is going to be sending in a gate crash towards the back of the C site, and then you potentially get a kill. So
Do they expect that they're about to
really
push
like the
C?
ideas, you know, there's adjustments from Envy, who's having pretty sensational maps so far.
Yeah, a lot of it being marked. Even not
This is
just
very
that,
winnable
just
for Talon.
Oh,
I know they don't have the guns, but
positioning themselves together. There it is. Walks straight
no
into it.
way.
Bit of a
that a
shot
kill
right
trip
in
at the
row,
back
coming
that you
from
run into
Mario
if
as
you
well.
dodge
Here
the
comes
breach
Hunter's
short?
Fury out from Cruz. Does tag down 2.
Yeah.
2GE now has to find the remainder of the frags. Does find Cruz, but look
nicely
at
done
that.
from
Jit
Jit
Boys
Boys.
instantly noting his
Team
position.
Secret are some
able
weird
to walk
little,
away with one tap.
some
Spike
weird
down
little
as well,
setups,
so,
man.
maybe some alt points.
They're
We'll see
a kill
how it
trip
plays
here.
out as we head on to round 10.
See if anyone goes like back a sight. Breach short
be,
didn't hit it, and then they went into the kill trip. Normally they got a kill off of it,
Disregard
but
that, the little pistolas getting the job
nuts.
done. Some sharp shots to come out from Jit Boys. The Hunter's Fury, very large value to come out from Cruz, and then at the 1 versus 1 at the end there as well. Jit Boys, right, just a swift one tap to close it down. So you'll be happy as Larry that you get that. Thrifty through, you get your 3rd round.
yeah,
on
money's
the
still
board.
pretty good
So
for
you
the
can-
Team
you can
Secret
keep
though.
this competitive. You can look to try and tie things up at the half.
Big change up, getting the op
Certainly
out.
could be effective, but this is then when Jeremy pulls out
Insta
the op
clear.
against
The
the Thrifty
insta clear of
now.
info. Also the drone distracts so
And all
that
of a
Jeremy
sudden,
can take the
Talon
angle.
looking to slow things down. It's that fake out into Garage again, Komodo.
Yeah, but it's expected by Team Secret.
That's
at
wild,
the
look
moment.
at
You're
that.
really only getting value
That's
from
so,
it if
so
you're
wild.
having a
The
trap
whole
wire
time,
there that the fake out's
Jit
able
Boys
to
is like
find.
just
Yeah,
perfect
that's-
timing.
That's a headache for Jeremy.
Slight pixel, yeah, definitely. You know, I imagine you'll feel a bit of a headache if a bullet gets put in through your skull.
Whoa, both
Still, on
both
towards the other
sleeping.
part of the map.
Cruz
it's
looking at the
2GE.
minimap.
Cruz caught off guard there. Potential radar looking because his team is on the other side of the map and he's looking for some sort of mid-round comms. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Regardless, his team actually manages to get in towards the site. Wild Oreo a little bit too overzealous. Not expecting them to be that far forward, so a 2 versus 4 here, Quack.
Yeah, even with
Gonna
a
get
bit of
kinda close.
information found outside of C long, it still is Talon with the numbers able to bully their
Jason
way into
Bourne
the
with the
site
2
and
gifted.
to
Thank you so
kind of
much,
secure a
Jason.
lot
Thank
of
you for
these
doing that,
angles and
mate.
positions very firmly
Appreciate the
indeed.
gifted.
Team
Thank you,
Secret,
thank you.
It's going to be tough for them to break their way through unless you're able to find something, especially off this heaven position. Paranoia sent through though, and 2G only able to walk away with just
Whoa.
one. Does repeat for another, almost
Yeah, he's
possibly finding
kinda just
thigh,
popping
at
everyone.
least until
He keeps their
sprays
money
and
down,
packs
but
him full
I think
bullets,
both these
and that's
are
gonna be
kind of fine
Talon
to just keep
finding a round
buying.
back into it.
He tried. They tried a 2 versus 4. Doesn't work out, unfortunately. Quite difficult when you consider an
It's a shame it actually did come down to the Jesse Joe, to be honest.
As well to try and go into something
Different
like
round if he wins
yeah,
this.
from beginning to end there, a very needed round for Talon, of course, on their attacking side here.
And this is kind of like what Talon sort of needs to do, am I right to say? You know, kind of baiting out things across C, and then especially alongside, you know, Premier on the ISO, being able to push their way through into sites like A.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing double duelist, right? So they want to make things easier for
Yeah,
themselves.
so you normally
and
only
if
see
you're
this
catching your
drone when you
opponents
got
off
the,
guard, they're pulling out their own
server
utility,
ult,
or
but they
they're
do it for
having
the
lack of utility as
ISO
well.
ult to
You know, you
try
usually fashion that
get a
Bulls wanna
kill,
take
and
the
then
duels,
obviously
they wanna take the
you're in a
fights, they wanna
position
win
where
the-
even if you
win the
lose in the
kills.
ult, you're going to get traded if you take the
Especially when
space.
it's Premier at the helm of that, so certainly a sound strategy and looking to possibly pull off another iteration of that A push. This time just to fake out, getting away at those trips. blocking off
Dude,
any
might find them
positions,
both.
towards Heaven as
Yeah,
well.
found
Yeah,
both
gets
the
both
trips.
of the trips there
Incredible.
as well. So for Envy, he needs to be a little bit more paranoid about getting overwhelmed here.
Yeah, and that's huge value. Envy definitely starting to feel a little bit antsy, but as that happens, yes, we do have Jit Boys back into Garage.
Yeah, and 2GE as well, just walking with Envy because you can't be reliant upon your own utility anymore. So they want to go for a bit of a peek on in.
Yeah,
And spotting nothing.
Talon know that they peek with that.
Still be up through towards long and this far ready for the A hit.
At least still in position. The Stars are there to kind of support them as well. Jit Boys,
Okay,
though,
let's see if 2G can kill 2
not
from the spells
expecting
again.
players on the C site. No,
Oh,
sir.
boy.
And now it's going to be Primi in with a kill contract. Pulls a player away. He wins it out
Dude,
in the
speaking of
gulag.
2, though,
Envy
Envy managed to get
alive.
2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's able to hold down the site because of that. Continues to go for the next swing. And that's
it's
the third
mad,
kill for the
isn't
guy. Selvas to flush Thigh
Don't
out of
get it.
position where, unbehold, he's able to find the frag against Envy, actually.
Oh.
Thigh now continuing off to the next kills,
Yeah,
but
everyone
now
relax because this is kind of
pushed back
doable.
because of the relay bolt from Jeremy. He's running out of time, and that's going to be the round for Team
Okay,
Secret
very, very
already.
nice. Shout out to
While
Envy
Oreo
once
forced
again.
to put that final nail in the coffin, why not?
If Thai had a little bit more time and the spike was not in an irretrievable position, you would assume
16 to
from the
7. How'd
shadows
they get
to
the double
seaside,
kill here?
right? And then you've got time to potentially come out with the clutch, but not going to happen there because Envy dancing around his own utility, some great
Descended for
cages,
his
dropping
own
the spike
cage.
over towards the long location, and then at the end of it, just great kills to come out from him, right? Multi-frag and up a storm around his own site again. You do love to see that, and then when he falters, the rest of the teams are just coming up as well.
That is sometimes what a team needs, especially a hero play coming out in certain rounds. Up to the next, though. Trying to get a read for how Talon's playing things. And they've started out with early A presence, back into C now. A 3-stack for Talon on the A-long position.
Yeah, Dimensional Drift to spot out some information, but you've got nothing to get info over on
Dude,
A-long.
Jesse
This
just
is one of the
taking the ult
problems
the whole
with this
time.
composition if you're not playing your Sova near you as well. Trying to get
nightmare.
in though. Primi on the back of that shield is very ambitious to get in towards this site for his team to try and win out this round. And Quack, now it might actually
might have done
happen.
enough
3
damage.
versus 2. A lurk to come out.
Oh, and he manages to kind of hold it back. Primi, though, spots out the barrel, and that's going to be the kill found. Cosmic Divide only holds them off for
really nice
so
from Primi.
long until Primi gets
Really
a
nice.
sniff
Okay, they
of your
got 5
scent,
in the end.
snuffing all of them out, and that's going to be the end
I
of the
don't know.
first half.
The comps
5-7.
normally
Yeah, I
comps
mean,
normally
I'm
attack
kinda looking at
sided.
that
I'm
round,
not sure
and the way
5's
that Talon
enough.
still win it is Primi going
probably have to win
nuclear
pistol.
there, but I'm looking at, you've got no Sova towards A-long, you've got no Dimensional Drift, no Yoru there, so your kind of information abilities are gone. You're not using Contingency Wall to push yourselves out long, so you are very vulnerable. Like, literally, that's the only remaining ability that you kind of do have to get on through if you're not throwing out, you know, some Cypher cages from Jit Boys there, for example, to try and get on down. So, a bit awkward for them that they do lose that first
Taking
pick, but all
ult
in all,
casually.
regathering the
There's definitely a
round,
couple
5
of
to
rounds
7.
where Jesse got caught out.
Not bad of a half for him.
Yeah, I mean, Primi did have the regular double tap shield, so that definitely does help with how he's able to push further in, especially alongside some of his teammates.
Quick, what ability is
Regular
contingency?
recon
I have
ones
no
aren't quite
idea.
there.
Is
I
that the
think
double damage?
maybe some of the effects from the previous round as well helps him to kind of picture or puzzle everything together out towards the A site. But that is just that for the first half now. It's
That's
been
the wall?
pretty successful from Team Secret, at least until Talon managed to claw their way back towards the end of that one.
Yeah, I mean, you're considering the 5 rounds in a row that we got from Team Secret, and you're thinking that momentum is starting to be built. You're thinking that, well, they might run away with that
ISO
first
wall,
half,
the one
but
that I love.
for Talon to at
Yeah,
least
but
answer back, right?
you
And
just call it an
retrieve
ISO
a couple
wall.
of rounds there, giving themselves options and leeway in towards this second half rather, because you just think how much space Team Secret did not have on Fracture.
Gonna make me take the
right?
Valorant
How much
util
space,
quiz at some
Talon
point,
did
dude.
not
I
have
would
on map number 1, where
get
we get the
wrecked
tail
in
end of
that.
the 6 rounds there on Pearl that Team Secret gets. So you're thinking
Mince,
it's all
Mince
about
8.
this,
Thank you
this
so much for the tier 1.
economy,
Thank you.
Of rounds that you need to make sure that you're giving yourselves the most opportunity to win. And for a pistol round right now, I mean, quite important, right? For Team Secret to extend this lead, for Talon to try and equalize before getting in towards
3-2,
that
but obviously Team
and
Secret
stylistically,
lost the
these agent
second
lineups
round as
are going to
well.
play differently in this switch up.
Palon,
Quite
deep
so,
camera.
especially
Jesse hears the
double
camera.
Initiator for Team Secret.
Yeah,
Right
he,
now,
he
though,
goes to try
Talon
break the
pushing all
camera.
the
Dude,
way
Jesse's
out.
getting owned on
Out
this
from
map.
C, they spot Jesse Vash. That's going to be quite deadly.
I'm liking as well that the gate crash is available for Killua back towards the A site now, that he can play spot out with the Cruise and then get out of dodge as well. They've already found an opening pick. They're switching in towards a double lurk now, though.
Okay.
Envy's lurk
That's
a little bit better.
an
Primi
insane
gone.
pick, though.
Okay.
And the timing of this
Does
is...
kind of call in for a bit of a mid-round play, possibly back into B. Jeremy being able to hold out towards A lobby, finds another one as well. But unbeknownst to them,
So much
Boys
going
has
on.
completed his push all the way through and finds more outside of A lobby. The spike's been dropped. Killua pushing on the offensive right now. Envy trying to hang back, trying to find some isolated angles. Alongside the Cyber Cage, though, that one's out from Jit Boys, so trying to see if anyone's on the other side of that thing. Trying to bait their reactions away, especially
Hey,
with the camera
very,
being
very
tripped
nice.
as well. But
No,
unfortunately
double
for him,
push down
it's
C
not gonna
long was
be
everything.
enough of a range for him. It's Thigh with a classic right click.
Okay, kind of nice
to
though.
end the
Ends the
round.
last map on a 1-1 in terms of pistols. 3-3 altogether.
Mid, right, to find Primi there, but I gotta say, really great call for the tandem play out through C long to get the double flank, right? Jit Boy's just sneaking in towards spawn. He sends Omen away, and he just does it himself, finding the double kill. I thought he was going to push a little bit more forward and then potentially get taken out by the later flank to come out from Team Secret there, but no, he doesn't. It works a trait. Pistol around to Talon. You would expect them to claim this round here, Quack, and then 7 apiece.
Yeah, that would definitely tie things up very nicely for Talon. Still, though, see what Team Secret can do. Maybe to
Okay,
rob
I
some
mean, they've
guns
already
away.
inserted one
Outlaw,
over
though, I
towards
imagine
short.
that one's going to be pretty tough
And
to
then
sneak
here comes
away.
the B pressure.
Meanwhile, majority of the forces are pushing down straight into B. Observer catching the kill from Killua. Very lovely. Something that Prius is not able to do. But anyway,
Wait,
still
what
is
the
going to
hell?
be Thigh now, watching over on towards the other side of C Link until Envy dives right in with that Guardian.
What
1-on-3
the?
situation, just as we saw from before, but it's the Outlaw that ends it instead.
Yeah, Outlaw, always a powerful weapon when your opponents don't have the shields behind them, and that's going to be a bit prevalent in this next round as well, with no plan
The
going
official
down from
stream?
Team Secret again. You do have to
That's
consider,
wild.
sacrificing utility or making sure that you're not going on these longer lines that that Outlaw could be on. A couple of kills collected though from Team Secret, so they'll be figuring out the momentum and the moves that Talon are trying to do on this defensive side. Is Jit Boys going to really be challenging C long a lot?
All right, let's
Are
see.
we going to be seeing
Let's see how the
Killua go for
bonus
these aggressive peaks in
is going to be
Crash Out?
looking. I don't think they
That would
know
be the
about the
idea, but
judge.
For now, no real gate crash just yet. Just early
They know about
presence
the
from
Outlaw.
Team Secret straight into A. And Talon has no choice but to respect it.
Yeah, we'll have a pretty slow start to the round for both teams. Our drone to be sent on out by Cruz. It's going to spot Jeremy. No, it doesn't. Gets destroyed just beforehand. But he will look to bow out.
So it does keep a lot of the Talon players closer towards the A site. Team Secret might be thinking that with some of the rotations pulled across, they could kind of regress over.
Well, they're
going to
find out about the judge now.
It's the stealth drone in towards Garage, but hey,
Wait.
Jit Boy's still hiding
Oh.
in here, and he hasn't quite yet been spotted.
Yeah, that judge can be very sneaky later on, but quite difficult if you're going for a retake if Team Secret
Keep
are able to
pushing
get
through
in towards
the
this A side.
cage
People are starting to rotate,
all
so
the
they
time
do
to try and make
have
it
an
look
idea that
or
this
make it
is
sound like
tending
loads of
towards
people
A.
were.
Yeah, at least
Going
reading very
through.
well in the macro game, both sides, that is. Jeremy, though, looking to zip in as well, and he's managed to sneak behind enemy lines. Wild Ori will be able to fire back as well, and that's going to be enough to disperse.
Okay, end up being a pretty
force
nice
Talon
round.
to disperse
End up being
defensively
pretty nice rounds.
all across the A site. The round goes over to Team
gun
Secret.
rebuy,
And
one
navigated
armor
quite
rebuy.
nicely, getting Jeremy in, able to spot that they're trying to reposition
There's a
around
good
the side
distraction.
towards
Yeah,
the
he
smokes
focused, he
as well.
saw no
So
one
just a
close
quick
that he was
little
just
combo
like
over
trying to
the
go
team.
through the cage
Make
multiple
sure that you're not
times.
overlooking
Just to make
anything
it
as
sound like
well.
numbers
Got a
to pull a
priority
rotate
to
away.
spike
It's
flank,
kind of
yeah,
nice.
for sure, but you're getting contested
Pretty
around
smart.
it, and you got to go for these fights, right? So that's something as well that, quick comms, right? That's something that we're thinking Talon are going to have available for them now with this full tie roster. So getting in towards their own gun rounds now on this defensive side. I'm
Okay,
excited to
Killua
see
gets
what
the
they're
op
going
out.
to be able to do.
Op gate crash, maybe, but it's quickly smoked off
Dude,
by 2G.
A default.
Yeah,
In
there's a
reaction
lot
to
that
the
you
A
can play around
default,
with in
Primi
this A1
pushes down
position now
middle.
for Team Secret, but seeing a little bit of a push down mid at the moment. Primi hearing Cypher utility. Does it give you an idea that you need to push down C, push out a garage, get some information around the map? Because it's kind of copy-paste from last round, right? Jeremy's tucked in through long late. No drone yet to come out from, well, Cruz has already used it rather, so they're going to reposition.
Lovely
And
shot.
find an opener.
Well, there it is. A bit of a surprise
pretty
one,
fast.
especially with that op. You just don't expect it to go in that quick. And with that, Team Secret's methodical approach kind of gets thrown into a bit of a loop. looking for another approach now.
Yeah, I mean, you lost your duelist, you're probably garage
Garage is
splitting.
being marked, and what about C? You got the trip.
And on the back of that opening kill as well, right, Jeremy down, Team Secret didn't have a lurk in 2GE positioned anywhere that they can quickly switch it out and gain favor somewhere else, right? So it really does come down to, in this 30 seconds, trying to see what you can do.
Drive-by
by Jit Boys, and you kind of have to funnel in towards B. You've got no options left.
Yeah, that's your only choice. At least they do have A as well as C Link smoked off, but Jit Boys will be happy to continue pushing out of Garage. And with that, marking the position towards the back, Jesse Vash
Jit Boys
eliminated.
pre-aim at the moment.
All
Looks
that's
really
left
nice.
is just Wild Oreo. Spike might be planted, but how are you going to survive this one?
Very,
No
very
chance
nice.
in
There is
hell.
no
It's gonna be
damage done
5
here.
to get
Talent,
the round. Once
money,
again, Talent
unreal.
equalizing the score.
Team Secret,
Not a single
Envy's the
point
only
of
person that
damage
can't buy.
towards Talon's bodies either.
So they probably will
Flawless
buy
in
and
all effects, just
what I
utility
imagine
to
is
repurchase in
Envy
towards the
trades
next
guns with
round.
Jesse.
Tied up scoreline as well, but of
Like
course,
that.
you know, with the way that Valorant
custody
goes,
with the prime.
we're going to
Thank you,
see
thank
the
you.
gun rounds come back for the side of
appreciate the
Team
18
Secret,
months.
though maybe a little bit lackluster. I saw a stinger at the tail end of that one. So we'll see what adaptations they do look to come with on towards this next attacking round. And I have a feeling that they need to sniff out where this operator is going to be. You know, where are they going to look to position Killua with it?
That is definitely
Okay, Envy takes the
crux
hit.
of the issue right now.
My
for
19
Team
to 11
Secret.
takes the hit.
They've done so much work to get to this point. Surely they don't let it slip at this point.
Okay, they're up
Jeremy
against an op. They go a
slides on
little bit
into
faster
Garage.
on this.
Yeah, good position to be
Garage
able to get
control,
nice and early.
question mark created.
Cruz is going to be stuck if he does stay in this position as well, so they really need to rely on funneling out these kills if it does still look towards the C site, because a bit of a
Look,
pause
it's a
in
nice
the
read
moment
from
for
Talon,
Team
by the
Secret.
way. 3-person stack on C.
Before they recollect themselves into Garage once again, but there it is. A trade right back, and Cruz has to hold. He manages to do just that. Instantly reading the play coming out from Team
Very,
Secret.
very nice.
He finds the
They had a
last
great
one,
read
and
on this.
Talon put themselves
Really,
in the
really
lead.
good
And you
read.
expect that when you see a push through Garage like that, that there's going to be a follow-up through long. So really good timing
3-person
on the
holds,
die
and they
to
had
offload
the
that
slight
one,
leak
make
out
it
smoke as
really
well.
difficult for
Give
Team
Cruz a
Secret
little
to
bit
get
of space
out
to
for
work
this
with.
C split, just spraying through the smoke, finding it was like 1.5 kills that actually come out through there, and then when old mate in 2GE peeks through the smoke, they're already looking for it. They know essentially where he's going to be coming from. So a great read from Talon there on what Team Secret were looking to do.
Timeout.
And now we got a timeout to come
Oh, they're
through
in
from
trouble
Team Secret.
because
You do
they're gonna
not
struggle
want to
against
get
the op,
Talon in a position
and
where
they have
are
so much
finding
money that they can
what
buy an
you're
op
doing
pretty
nice
much
and
every
early,
round.
having a quick answer and shutting you down convincingly.
Definitely not. And Talon are very close to that double-digit scoreline as well. So Coach Meow looking to find some kind of an answer, because what we saw in that previous round just showed that it wasn't enough layers for sure. I mean, that was one of the first rounds where we are seeing, Cruz playing the off angle closer towards the mouth of C Long. Surely, I think Team Secret were expecting more of them to be backside, but it is what it is. It's just unfortunate with how
why did it look
you
like
haven't
no one
been
was
able to
talking?
read some of the position that Talon are
I
playing.
didn't see anyone talking. Maybe
And
I
Op's still in hand
maybe
as
I
well.
missed it
Yeah,
each
I
time.
mean,
But
that's definitely a potent piece that Talon do have here, but it's like, it's not just the operator as well, right? It's more so the threat of it that's gonna be
Alabavic?
forcing
Okay, I
out
didn't
Team
realize.
Secret to use a lot of this utility that they would rather be using to get in towards a proper site take as well. You know, a change up in an agent composition like this, where you're going from a Sova to a Teho, for example, it does play a little bit differently. in
Yeah,
how you
Killer
are
again,
to
going for the
position
first pick.
Jeremy up for any of these fights.
Well, at least now they've kind of
Okay, they
snuffed
find out where the op
it
is.
or where it's going to be.
Oh, dude, they're
Still,
wolf sending
though,
this.
looking to
Star,
barrel
star.
on through. The star's completely placed up, looking for some of these close-range duels, but Killua manages to bail himself out alongside
Guys, you guys
one
got to
frag.
enter onto this site. You guys
Spike
got
still
to
in the hands
enter
of
onto
Team
this
Secret,
site, surely.
And off of the initial exchange, they're feeling a lot of heat, so they want to back
Yeah,
off.
they don't know how many players are going to be surrounding the site there in and of itself, and these pistols, I mean, they're not trusting themselves to get in. So reset the time, see if Talon can spread a little bit thinner across the map. I mean, that's one of the weaknesses on the defensive side of a map like Haven, right, is
Fair enough.
3 sites. There can sometimes be gaps when you lose, especially when you lose a member. So it's going to come down to Team Secret here if they can find, a 1v3 style or a 1v2 style of advantage
Gonna be
against one of
interesting.
these members of Talon.
We definitely got to keep an eye
Possibly
on how much space Envy can get once they
bait
create
something
pressure
out
over
as
towards
well.
B.
Okay, a lot of salvos
Oh,
and
that's
presence
a
being made
really
known, and
important
that
pick. Did he
allows
get
for
round the
2GE
corner?
to find an unsuspecting Timmy pretty around garage
Unexpected
position.
Timmy.
will be able to fire right back. And it's a kind
Huge,
of
oh,
clever
lovely
bit
shot.
of a word. It's going to be Cruz in with the op this time, out from A Heaven. It's just retaining control across the map.
Yeah.
Spike will go down though.
Good ping. Both players
I mean,
spotted
good
out.
shots.
Dimensional
Look at the
drifting from
damage.
Killer actually as well. It's just gonna,
Look at that. They made that look easy.
get out of it. And
It's
yeah, find both
looking
of them.
Yeah, especially
really
the flash out
convincing,
from
to
Thai
be
as
honest,
well.
for Talon now.
And that's just another one of these rounds where
I know this was a
Talon
low
just,
buy.
spreads their wingspan across the entire
There
map.
was so much hesitation from
Yeah, I mean,
Team
this defensive
Secret.
side from them so far, they're having some pretty good reads.
Like they did the hard job of getting it towards site. Recon kind of owned them a little bit.
Team Secret. This is going from the back half as well, by the way. 1 round for Team Secret, 3 for Talon. 1 round for Team Secret, 3 for Talon. So that means that the next one should be
It's a
for Team
great
Secret.
flash.
But will it or not? Because this defensive side, we're starting to really get a good idea on how Talon want to be playing it. I'll say for Team Secret though here, Quack.
Yes.
4 ultimates, and a couple of them can be quite destructive here.
And I have to imagine this is what that timeout was all about.
I mean, yeah, they have to
We'll
win
see
this
if
round.
Coach Meow finds his
They just got so many ults.
effectiveness right now. At the very least, they have
Could just
managed
keep
to
it real
push
simple.
a lot of the attention away
Breach
from
over
A-Long,
towards
and that
A.
allows for Team Secret to push up a little bit further. On the other end of the map as well, though, ooh, 2G is going to meet
Okay,
a
they
lot
found out where the
of
Yoru is.
attention. Killua finding that trade.
Yeah, 1-on-1 trade. A bit of a different look when we've seen Jit Boys, you know, camera and peek down there
Controller
a couple
down.
of times. So, yeah.
Got to make
I
them
was gonna
think a
say
little
that
bit,
as
right?
well.
'Cause they're like, wait,
Taking out
Yoru
2G
doesn't have
makes
an
things
op
a little bit
anymore?
more difficult for Team Secret. A lot more difficult, actually. You still have a Rolling Thunder and an Armageddon.
Ooh,
You
Breach
kind of have to use them to get
paths
in.
to
Yeah.
short.
All right, they will use it. They've broken the trips, and here comes Jeremy sliding in, looking for a bit of a kill. Unfortunately, though, Jit Boys does what he does, and he sneaks through with a cage, in with the Neuro Theft as well, and Jeremy just tries to hold onto his position. It's not going to be enough. Jesse Vash has to bail the entire team out of this one. Ring around,
That's
around
insane.
the boxes. He has utility, but no chance to pull it out just yet. He has no idea where his opponents are.
That was
They find
wild
the
to watch
angle
on
just
site.
as it happens,
Dude,
Jit
why
Boys
are they playing
finding
so
the
weird?
shot, and
Why didn't they
11
just, like-
rounds for Talon.
Why
Yeah,
didn't they just
very
breach all
difficult when you
site?
lose your smokes there as well, and you kind of have to just bully your way in with a bit of that utility. We'll say for Jesse Vash, he gets in there at the end of that one. He lost his team though, right? So it comes down to the individual 1v3.
Like, I think you're so
that he
desperate at
needs to try and
10-8,
navigate, and
you just
there's
breach
way
all
too
the
many
site, and
angles,
then if
way
you
too
want to
many
combo it, you
positions
can
that Talon
combo it.
would have already repositioned to themselves. So a bit unfortunate there, but they'll give themselves a little bit more breathing room here in
Okay,
this
Ty
round.
keeps
and
the op as
they drop
well.
this one. I mean, playing with pennies into
Double Jules goes over towards C long.
This map will be difficult. So this is definitely the one here, Quack, that they need
Absolutely
to find.
tough spot for Team Secret to be in. And of all the rounds to push down C with a duo, Talon does it on the previous one. And now a bit of a desperation play on the overdrive. Instantly met with a lot
Trade
of
is nice,
resistance.
at
The
least.
Hunter Sphere being sent through just to confirm as well. Still though, a bit of a lurk from Envy outside of B, and he does find an opening. In with the Cyber Cage now. Spots
that's
yet
wild
another.
from
Digs
Envy.
Jit Boys even as well. Cosmic Divide out towards C, and that allows for Team Secret to get the spike down
He
safely.
did a lot of damage though.
Aftershock available for Wild Oreo. Could buy a little bit of time. You know, you've still got 2G
Swap of the
alive, so you
guns
would
'cause
expect
Jit Boys
Growl
is low
Wild
HP.
eventually too. Jesse
Really
Bash has the
important duel.
salvos.
Well, still trying to work around it. At least managing to secure the positioning around C-Long. And down to it at the very end, just C-Link. Thai, probably no opportunity right here.
Yeah, but if he removes any of these guns, it makes it a little bit easier for Talon in the next round when you consider that they've got a lot of credits to be able to play with as well. But it's not going to happen. Jesse Vash finds Thai,
Sure.
and Team Secret will
I'm still
not
worried
see
for them
their
though. They
opponents
got to go up
getting
against an
towards map
ISO
point.
ult.
I want to highlight as well.
Talon have so
I love
much
the
money
reposition timing
that you
from
can just throw the
Killer.
op back over
Gate
towards
crashing out
Killer.
when he's spotted out by a Jeremy trying to just get in there with the overdrive. Very fixated on getting that one kill, but it really is Envy's lurk, and then the rest
Wasn't
of the
too
squad
convincing,
getting
yeah.
down the Cosmic Divide, having
And
a bit of
double
time
ult
to
as well, right?
breathe and situate yourselves around the spike plant for that 3 versus 3 shutdown.
Yeah, just finding a lot of value, especially some of these plays. Gonna have to repeat a lot of that for the upcoming rounds if they are to stay in this game. Still though, starting things early off with the salvos, especially out towards mid as well as A. Quite sure what value was found from that.
Yeah, no Sova, remember, so these trap wires
Omen
can
flash
be a
for a
little
flash.
bit more annoying.
Oh,
the
he
paranoia
committed,
as
committed.
well, just completely locking them out of there. In with the kill contract too. And it's Primi on a one-on-one. Goes for the taps, gets the kill. Instantly down off to it. Garage completely blocked off the spike on the ground even.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult here to get into this, specifically for Envy as well. You could drop under this, but that's what they're expecting at the moment. If he finds the timing and he's actually able to duck his head under this, well, I mean, are they looking at you through the duck cover? They're not. I thought that this was a bait trip. I thought that trip was actually one of these trips that was expected, but it's not. JitBoys has actually missed the trip.
A bit of a blunder on that one. It allows for the entire team to sneak in.
Yeah, and they're going to get the
2 on 3. They get the spike down. Is it going to be enough, though?
He's got neural
Undercut instantly sent through. And he's trying to send it out at least, but can't quite use it because he was suppressed. Repositions around the star.
Yeah, you can see it from this angle, no?
Oh my gosh, has to go on in. It's going to fake out that spots him out, though. And that's now 2GE trying to refrag. Sprays on through, but not quite enough.
Still nicely handled from Talon, to be honest. Just one bad trip.
Puts them down in the crowd.
They just looked so in control. Like this was a doable 2v5 because of the bad trip, but
I really did. When I saw that trap wire and it looked a little bit too high, I actually thought that was some big Giga Chad brain play from JitBoys that they put a dark cover down, they let their opponent sneak under it, and we're just waiting for him to pop out the smoke. I thought that's what's going to happen. They were both looking at it for a couple of moments, but no. Envy gets on through, gets the double, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, we get a plant in there. We get the neural theft. He's going to get all the information that they're all spawned. You can start to spray on the back of it. He can't get the body to drop the hat on.
Last timeout.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Especially when Primmy's the one to suppress him down as well.
Yeah, one of those changes that come out actually for ISO lately, and it actually has some. It's
the Cypher. Oh yeah, if he tried it again from that angle, he would have got it.
It gives a couple of seconds where the planter in the Cypher cannot get the job done. Has to reposition.
What's my thoughts? I mean, Team Secret have made it a closer game than most people think.
He didn't win that round 100%.
You just gotta.
Still, I mean,
I feel like the ult usage has been a little bit poor.
An unfortunate scenario for Team Secret to find themselves in. It's still not over yet, though.
No, it's not. No.
They keep winning pistols and losing the next round. So that was like a big issue.
Still kind of isolated. I
do think the Talon are just playing better
at the moment for this defensive side that they, was seeing against Talon is actually indicative of what they're doing in the rounds. How many close rounds have we actually seen?
Quite a number. And hopefully a lot more coming up as well if Team Secret are to push this to OT. Killa with the dimensional drift though. And once again, we do start things off with a bit more A presence out from Team Secret.
But it's also some silence on the back of that utility, and that's going to be a little call for Talon to stretch their wings down mid. They've spotted Envy, and there goes the guy that you've been relying upon a lot on Team Secret in this map to get the kills, to bring stability, to find information.
Wow, the list goes on,
doesn't it? The list goes on, it really does, yep.
Instantly silence, and that cannot feel too good. The flash being sent out,
God, the
instantly
timing is
being
incredible in this one.
Cruz as well as he sneaks on through.
Nicely done from Talon. Would have to really mess up for a 3v5.
Trying to march the
especially the second kill trip on the site.
Trips in front of their faces as well. Yeah. JitBoys has a great position to spam away through the smokes if needed. There it goes.
There it is.
Gets the first. And on to the next as well. They are completely dismayed by the dimensional trip.
Okay, nicely done from Talon. It was close. I thought it was going to be close, but yeah, they look very drilled on every map that wasn't
final score in the
Fracture.
series 12-2-1 in favor of Talon.
Early stages, of course, in stage 1, don't forget, so there's always going to be recovery available.
And their Fracture will get good,
yeah,
just because it's a time issue at the moment.
We are definitely soaring with Talon today. At the very end of that all.
The most chill celebration ever.
From Team Secret, surely, but down to this Haven map. I mean, just as soon as that
Pearl, sorry,
out,
yeah, I meant
a lot
Pearl.
of it went the other way.
I think for me, it really highlights the importance